I went to Burning Man in 1994, and I was so amazed by all the different creations and the art and the zaniness. I realized that people had this openness about their creativity, and it was truly inviting. I decided the following year that I would try to make something. I'd like to build big sculptures, and I love to use recycled materials. Out there in the desert, there is no life. There is nothing growing out there on that dried up lake bed. Here, there's a peacefulness. I never would have imagined that I would have come to a place like this to build a sculpture. Burning Man brought in some amazing, beautiful sculptures that were already made, but they had the idea that they would have sculptures that were made specifically at Chatsworth and that had that participatory element. Oh, this is it. Let's jump out. It's just gonna look great next to the trees. There were these myths about mermaids in the Peak District, and that was captivating to me because I love making the female form. I just find it so beautiful, and then the idea of combining that with a creature, with an animal, with a fishtail, was the perfect union. I love the reflections. It'll appear like she's swimming. It's so fascinating that the art at Burning Man is now reaching and going to places like Chatsworth, you know, where there's so much deep-rooted history. It's fun to study these old sculptures, and it helps me tremendously to see how the human form is captured. But I love looking at the different expressions and the hand gestures, and I love the anatomy. Like, this is gorgeous to me. It's so beautiful and it's so real. I never imagined that I would be an artist. I had never worked with power tools in my life before. I had never built anything before. And I learned how to use a chop saw. I learned how to use a power drill. I learned how to use all these different tools. It was phenomenal.
I think I met Dana in 2006. I have the best job at Burning Man. It's so good. I've been working with the metal shop since 2005.
She saves all the massive sculptures and structures that need help or, you know, come to a real critical moment. A lot of the materials that I like to use come with a past. They come with a story, you know, whether it's a spoon, where was the spoon? Who used this spoon? What key did this unlock? You know, where was this stainless steel? What was that a part of? And it could be either representational symbolically, but also utilizing and recreating it. Can you see scales? A lot of it's dependent on what they have collected. There's always that unknown element. One of my favorite is this stainless steel. It's from a playground. And I love it, bringing the spirit of a playground into this creature and creation and reutilizing that. I work with kids often, and I enjoy working with kids. They put me in a great headspace. There's just this imaginative, free spirit. You know, it's unfiltered, and they'll just go for things and try things, and there doesn't seem to be any walls or barriers. The scales were thought out because we were interacting with kids. We're tumbling glass right here at Chatsworth.
These are going to be the dark part of the pool. I love it. And
we're using turquoise and greens and even clear. The kids are getting this tumbled glass and putting it in a pattern, then it goes in a kiln, and the glass fuses together, and then like jewels, we're encasing it in metal, and we're putting hundreds of scales on the mermaid. It will be interesting to see what comes of the mermaid while we're here. She's going to immerse, you know, and she's going to grow. It's the perfect environment for her. We're here with the team. I'm not by myself, you know, so I want to honor the people that are with me and all of their talents to make this happen. We are collectively making this mermaid, you know. They're making a scale, they're making one little part, but it's all of us working together to create a whole. But I do believe the best parts of art are those happy accidents or surprises, the unexpected, you know.